second piece to your notes. I'd prefer if you go ahead and add it to the notes that you've already been taking, but a different section about adding and subtracting radicals. Basic ideas: if the radical's not the same, you cannot add them together. So simplify your radicals first, and then if any of them are alike, you add them up. If they're not alike, you may not add them. So if you need to pause to write this down, you may, but I'm going to move on to the examples. And here's our example problem. So we've got several different radicals. None of them are currently alike. So we're going to start simplifying them. And the first one that we're going to simplify is that square root of 300. If we look at our table of perfect squares, we'll notice that 100 divides evenly into 300. So we're going to rewrite it as 100 times 3, all under the radical. Then we square root 100. The square root of 100 is 10. And 3 does not have a perfect square root, so we're going to leave that one as it is. Okay, now we're going to look at the next piece. And that next piece is the negative 4 times the square root of 75. Looking at the square root of 75, 25 times 3 is another way to write 75. 25 being a perfect square. We kept the negative 4. Now we're going to square root 25. So keep the negative 4, and the square root of 25 is 5. Then we keep the square root of 3 because it does not simplify. Finally, we're going to look at the last piece, the square root of 32. We look down our list of perfect squares. 32 is divisible by 16. 16 times 2 equals 32. So we'll rewrite that one. Then when we square root 16, we get 4. And we leave behind the square root of 2. I noticed that I forgot to explain where this 20 came from a second ago. When I square rooted 25, I got 4 times 5. And then 4 times 5 gives me the 20. All negative, of course, because of that negative out front. Now I'm going to combine any like terms. Well, you notice that 10 square root of 3 and negative 20 square root of 3 both have a square root of 3, or radical 3 in them. So they are alike. 4 square root of 2, on the other hand, does not have a square root of 3. It is not like the other two, so it is not a like term. So like terms we're going to combine together. The not like term we're going to simply bring down. So 10 minus 20 gives me negative 10, and I keep the square root of 3, same as if I had a x or a y there. So I have now negative 10 square root of 3 plus 4 square root of 2, which comes down and does not combine. And this is my final answer. It's as simple as it will go in simplified radical form. This shows you how to do problems 13 through 18 on your worksheet. I did cut out a couple problems in the middle. That's why it's numbered a little bit funny. But now you know how to do these problems here. And that's your job for the rest of the class, is to work on that and turn it in by the time class is over. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.